Yeah, the MREs, huh? It happens. MRE Steve is back in full force. I feel like he took an extended break, and now he's doing some really fantastic MREs. He's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. Thing is, there's clearly like a little MRE community, right? Because there are several websites that sell MREs. People can't just be using them for like prepping and shit. Like preppers will buy, but they'll tend to buy most preppers are American, and they'll buy American rations. And they're not going to buy the Turkish field ration or the Norwegian 24-hour ration or whatever, because why would they? You can just get tons of the American ones right there in your own country, and they're sealed. But what people do is, the sort of collectors, if you like, is they know that there are some items that are rarer than others. And so you can put together a rarer set, or for your own collection. Oh, that's a great ball. Yatesy, yes! Come on, lads. We need wins. A draw is really not good for us here. It's a great ball. Oh! Unlucky, Jilksy. Please, no more highlights. I don't want anything else to happen in this game. Excellent. Well done, lads. We just need Arsenal to drop some points. It's a long season. Oh shit, I haven't watched the highlights of the Mets game yet.
Right, B2 in the Blue Orchid, legendary starters, spicy pork, got some seaweed, got some sesame prawn on toast, chicken satay, spring rolls, but I'm here to share.
And also, one other thing, people are asking, what are bones of the dragon? And these are what bones of the dragon are. Little riblets, salt and chilli.
Bosh. Bosh TV. Big John hosts huge sesh. Traditional London grub. Smashes 5 pies. Shark fishing in Australia. How Big John found the best chippy in Australia. What's his biggest vid? I feel like the shorts that he does do much better. Has a mega Chinese and a mega pint.
Right, we are here today to have a mega Chinese supper. We have got prawn crackers, chips, plain charming, shredded chili beef, lemon chicken, egg fried rice, sweet and sour chicken on con.
That is ridiculous amount of food. Human versus bear?
Yep, this is me in a field in Utah about to find out who can eat more hot dogs.
Record scratch. Yep, that's me.
Bear.
You want a napkin? No, okay, you're good.
Competitive eating. So, £800.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Tank is an ex-actor, most famous for his starring role opposite Eddie Murphy in Dr. Dolittle 2.
I like the bear I am. I'm famous.
But these to take part in my eating.
Do you think he would do quite well in an eating competition?
I think he might do all right. You get her planned out and we'll do it.
With Tank and his dad on the Battle of Lynn. It's the best way to keep
A bottle from any water.
the moment you've all been waiting for. It's hot dog eating time. Here are the rules. Each competitor has 75 hot dog sausages in front of them. We wanted to use buns, but Tank is gluten-free. I would be sat there as a control to see what the average person could
How can you be a gluten-free competitive eater?
eat, and I was hoping to beat my 3.5
Wait, is Tank the bear or is Tank the lad?
from New York. The winner is simply the first to finish their plate. Between Tank and us was a very thin electric wire, which I found out afterwards wasn't even turned on. So hopefully, if Tank did finish his plate, he wouldn't be looking at us as his 2-1 eat. Tank got off to a slowish start as he explored the table somewhat. This allowed Nick to get into a commanding lead as he was shoving down glizzies at an alarming rate.
Glizzies.
I, however, had my knife and fork and was mainly concerned with not ruining my dinner jacket.
You want a napkin? No, okay, you're good.
Nick was definitely pulling away, but this is when Tank turned it on and really got stuck in. I'd been told by Tank's dad that he loved words of affirmation, so I was less focusing on my sausages and more focusing on trying to get
for
Tank.
88 months.
Well done, Tanky, you're doing great.
Tank was really getting into it and was also looking over at Nick to see how he was doing. With front row access, I was in awe seeing these two beasts going head to head, and it was pretty close. These two were locked in and were fully focused on the biggest. So big, I actually can't make Bosch.co. Struggling to keep up. 4 seconds on. Behind, but they get to take off.
What a surprise. Guys, can you believe it? The bear won. Beggars belief that a bear would win an eating contest. It's a glizzy bear. Clearly the wire is just for drama. A trained acting bear is quite tame. Yeah, I'm still not taking any chances. Thank you very much. It's still a massive wild animal. People's dogs turn on them. And they've been domesticated for years. I agree with that sentiment as well, Zoe. I love The Wire. Although I've never rewatched it. I watched it once, all the way through. Well, I'm just racking up the videos to watch later. Sandwiches of history.
Hey, welcome to Sandwiches.
Sandwiches of history. This is one of the most specific channels I've ever seen. This guy just makes sandwiches. The Scotch woodcock.
Welcome to Sandwiches of History. Today, from breakfast dishes of 1884, we're going to be making the Scotch woodcock. Now, it's a little different than some Scotch woodcock recipes that I've seen, but I'm going to do it as the recipe is written in 1884.
Tasting
First thing you got to
history.
do is toast up a couple slices of bread. Well, my camera glitched out and apparently didn't record the fact that, I said that we need to butter both sides.
Yeah, I like
of
his
toast.
stuff.
And then on one, spread thickly anchovy paste. Then we put the one piece of toast over the other piece. Oh, but we're not done. Now to a couple of beaten egg yolks, we add in milk.
That's
Now
a
we heat
lot of
that up
milk.
Enough to thicken, but do not boil. Now we're to pour this over top of the toast. Okay, let's give this Scotch woodcock a go. I thought the two pieces of bread and the sauce would totally tamp down the anchovy paste, and it has a lot, but it is still quite salty. And I know you're going to be tempted to say, well, maybe anchovy paste was different back then. Maybe it was. I have found absolutely nothing to indicate that anchovy paste was different in 1884 than it is now. And I'm familiar with Gentleman's Relish, I'm familiar with garum, but it said anchovy paste. That's what I'm using. Man, can we even plus this up? I'm going to try. I'm going to add a Cajun seasoning blend. It has no salt in it, so we don't have to worry about that. And yeah, I think it might go well with the flavor.
British savoury dish consisting, of course it's fucking ours. Creamy, lightly scrambled eggs on toast have been spread with anchovy paste or gentleman's relish. It was served in the refreshment rooms of the House of Commons. It was also served historically at the colleges of the University of Cambridge and Oxford. So it's a single piece of bread with essentially a mini omelette sort of thing with anchovies on top. You know what I'll say, all right, is that if you consider how much British people drink, this is the kind of shit that if you'd had 5 hours in the pub big sesh, that's gonna fucking hit the spot. It's salty. You don't care about fish and dairy. You don't care. And you're like, get me something salty and fatty right now, please. I suppose that I am becoming salty and fatty as I get older. Bit saltier. I think anchovies are about 10 times saltier than smoked salmon. Olay. Okay. Got to show you this
Welcome
real
to
quick.
Sandwiches of History. Today from the Settlement Cookbook of 1938, we're going to be making the peanut butter and tomato sandwich. We start off by applying peanut butter to bread. I'm using an all-natural one because that's probably what they had. Could have been shelf-stable. And it says to put the tomato slices between bread covered in peanut butter, so I'm going to take that to mean both sides need peanut butter. And now, of course, we add sliced tomato. Okay, let's give this peanut butter and tomato sandwich a go. It's actually pretty okay. Tomatoes have an inherent sweetness, and of course tomatoes are technically a fruit. So it's kind of going with the peanut butter. I didn't think it would go that well, but it's not bad. I do want to plus it up a little. I put on some of this Thai chili crisp that I got in San Diego a while back. It's got chili peppers, but it also has cinnamon and star anise. I think that might be interesting with both the tomato and the peanut butter. Okay, let's give this peanut butter and tomato sandwich plus up with the Thai chili sauce a go. That's actually pretty good. The star anise and the cinnamon are playing particularly well with the peanut butter, but then the chili flakes are also working with the tomato. And so you've got this sort of sweet, savory combo going on. It's pretty tasty. Well, the original peanut butter and tomato sandwich, I gotta admit, when I was going into this, I thought this is not gonna be that good. Turns out it was pretty okay.
Pretty okay. I like that. Stroganoff sandwich. Bean sandwich. 1900. The Christmas loaf.
Welcome to Sandwiches of History. Today is Christmas, and I thought, you know what? I want to do something that's Christmas themed. So, from Prineville's favorite recipes of 1950, we're going to be making the Christmas loaf. Hang on. Not actually a Christmas loaf. It's going to be a half sandwich like a loaf. Usually what you do is you take a whole loaf of bread, slice it horizontally, and you do layers like that, then you frost it, and you cut it up, and you serve it at a party. I'm the only one who would eat it in the house. That's way too much food, so I'm going to do a really condensed down version. First thing we got to do is make our green layer, and so to do that we add minced olives, green olives, to mayonnaise. Doesn't look very green, but these are the proportions we were given. Next we make our red layer, so to cranberry jelly we add cream cheese. Now we make our salad layer with some chopped chicken, mayonnaise, salt, chopped celery. To make the frosting that goes on the outside, we mix together cream cheese and mayonnaise. Now we cut the crust off bread, and now we build our sandwich. On the first layer is our green layer, quote-unquote green layer, why they call it this. It is the right ratio of olives to mayo, according to the recipe. Piece of bread, our cranberry cream cheese layer, another piece of bread, and our chicken salad. And a last piece of bread. And now we frost it with our cream cheese mayonnaise combo. So the idea is you're supposed to cut it and see green and red predominantly, and yeah. All right. Well, let's give this Christmas loaf sandwich a go. The
Damn!
only thing that's kind of an outlier is the cranberry, but it still kind of works with all the savory elements in there. It's pretty rich because there's a lot of cream cheese involved and a lot of mayonnaise involved. I think we can plus this up a little bit. I'm gonna kick things up a little bit with some chipotle powder.
Oh, this guy just sticks seasoning on everything. Come on, bro. Thank you. I don't believe it. You know the Pidgey that I've been talking about landing on my windowsill? He just landed on my windowsill and knocked the 10p I'd left there on the ground. Him and his wife really want to move in, but I'm not, you know, I don't care what the landlord has said. Alright, I am still the tenant here. I don't care if the pigeons signed an agreement with him. This room is not available for let. Quite cold today. Why is that a command? God, this is an absolute demolition job. Good for morale. Is this Bohemians, the Irish team? See why Bohemians are named that. Nicknames: the Bows, the Gypsies, Dublin's Originals. They play at Daily Mount Park, which has 4,500 capacity. They are entirely fan-owned, and they are in the League of Ireland Premier Division. They were formed in 1890. They were members of the Irish Football League from 1902 to 1911. They won the Irish Cup in 1908. Founding member of the League of Ireland in 1921. They were founded by members of Bell's Academy, a civil service college, the Royal Hibernian Military School, a school for orphaned children of members of the British Armed Forces in Ireland, medical students and others. Interesting. They've actually won 4 European Cup games. Can't find anything about the history of their name. Vinicius is it's a good name. But we also have a lad called Michel Platini. No relation. He's not even French. And he's called Michel Platini, named after one of the greatest French players of all time. And UEFA Crook. Or is it FIFA Crook? I can't tell. They're all crooks. Old people ruin everything. Oh, parking warden is out. Well done, team. How much did you have to bribe Platini to play for you? Gaius Septimus Vinicius. Yeah. That has to be good for morale, right? Yeah. 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 Can we just give a shout out to Toby Yates, please? Who has scored 22 goals in 23 games. He's very good. He's a very good player. 13 goals in the Prem. 9 goals in 6 appearances in the UEFA Europa League. He is incroyable. Incroyable. Star player in his prime years. I'm going to sign him up to another loan. Star player. Yeah. Yeah, how do you out-crook Blatter? Did you see that picture of Blatter the other day, by the way? Looked very old. I mean, he is very old, but he looked very old. You know, I was thinking about something. I was thinking that we could re-watch Hooker, but do Hooker bingo. I don't know how people would feel about that. think Hooker Bingo would be incredibly easy to put together. I don't... So Walker Texas Ranger I would love to do, genuinely, but I don't know where we can watch it. That was something we did mean to do. Someone said where to watch it. I can't remember how they found it. Holy cow. I have no idea how bad this is, but I'm going to watch it. Whoops. This is Walker Texas Ranger episode. Was Chuck known before this? Are you fucking kidding with me, you fucking millennial bastard? Oh God. I want to be sick. Oh, there's no ape episode? That's a shame. Chuck Norris was well known as a martial arts movie guy. I'll show you a Chuck Norris clip.
If you have a training partner, then you can practice those same techniques on kicking and punching targets. And Benny the Jet Urquidez, the current kickboxing champion of the world,
Benny the Jet,
to help me out here. So I'll show you some of the techniques that you've already learned, and then I'll show you some more that you haven't learned yet. The one you have learned is kicking again at the groin area with your hands up, ready to defend yourself. So this is the one I'm going to show you first, how to practice this with the target. I'm here, my hands are up. There's the groin, there's the face. I'm here, round kick, and then punch right into the face. Again, kicking to the groin, then punch to the face. Now I'll bring the kick up to the ribs, solar plexus, kidney area. Then I'll do the same kick, but higher, but again, the same striking technique. This time I'm using a palm strike, like you've learned. So I'm here, hands are up, kick, palm strike.
Here he is on David Letterman.
Guest. If you happen to see this gentleman on the beach this weekend, don't kick sand in this guy's face.
Look at this. A young Chuck Norris, or younger.
Is it fair to describe you as the successor to Bruce Lee? Is that an accurate assessment of what you do?
Well, it's a nice compliment. I don't think my films are in the same range as Bruce's. Bruce's films were primarily karate or kung fu movies. I think my movies have a little more substance to them. The story's a little more involved. I have have tremendous actors supporting me and actresses. I've had, Dana Andrews, Jim Backus, Lloyd Haynes, James Franciscus, Jennifer O'Neill as my backup stars, and Lee Van Cleef in my current film.
Lee Van Cleef is a great nasty guy, isn't he?
He's great. He's a super person. He plays a good guy in my movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is unusual. But yeah, he plays a mercenary, but on the good side.
But he's just got one of those
Blah, 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 blah.
great villain.
Do the
It
demos.
happens so fast. It happens very, very fast. You don't have time to really think. It has to be a spontaneous reaction.
You got all.
You do a fight scene in a movie. The main thing is generally the camera will be behind you. So the distance, there's no depth perception in your kick. But
Say that again. The camera is.
Yeah, generally the camera would be behind. So when I throw a kick, so if I throw a kick, see, right into here. See, I missed by just about 1/4 of an inch.
This was 1980.
So when David reacted to that, if he would have reacted like he had gotten hit, see the camera, it would have been a hit on camera.
It would have looked pretty good.
It would look pretty
now,
good.
when do they get the noise?
He was 33.
Oh, the key, well, generally we go into a dubbing room, but many times when I do it, I'll do that, I'll go, "Hey-ya!" right into here like this here. Or a punch, same thing with a punch. See, right into here, like this here, You can, but anyway, if that's how he reacts, so I throw the punch that close, he snaps his head back, and it's a hit on film.
Gee. Okay, now we got that out of the way. Let's if somebody needs to defend his or herself,
right?
What can we do? Now,
well,
my problem with this is, even if I had thugs come in here now and surprise you, could you handle them honestly? Do you think?
Well, I'd hope I wouldn't have to, but the thing is, if I'm pushed into the corner, like you were telling me a story earlier about a guy was in the corner and they're yelling, "I'm going to stab him in the stomach."
Yeah, the party at my house.
Right. But a situation, if someone walks up to you and he has a gun, he says, "Chuck," he says, "give me your wallet." I said, "Sure." I give him my wallet. I said, I'll write you a check too if you want. But if he says, "I'm going to shoot you," well then, you have nothing to lose, right? Then it's nice to have this ability to try to get out of a situation like that. But you don't use it unless it's absolutely necessary.
But what I've always wondered, does it become second nature?
Oh, sure, of course it does. Absolutely.
Show me. Now, could a woman do what we're going to do?
Of course.
Okay, show me what
about 30% of my enrollment are women. Okay. All right, let's get over here so they can see it. Let's say anytime someone walks up to you and you feel like there's going to be a violent confrontation, you never face them straight on because all this is a very vulnerable area. So you'd always turn it slightly at a slight angle. So turn about right there, a slight angle right this here. Now it's a less target for him to strike at. Always keep your hands relaxed at your side, so you're ready to react.
When you say relax, could you relax if that happened? I'm serious. What would you do, Frank? That's the key. You gotta.
Well, we practice that too. See, what we do, our philosophy is that if someone's going to attack us, we run until he gets tired, and then we turn around and we beat him up. See, that's the no, but actually, let's get serious here. No, in a real situation though, Dave, if someone does come up to you and you think there's going to be a confrontation, then you would turn at a slight angle.
Okay, turn.
Right. Now your hands are ready to defend or ready to attack. Okay, he's ready. So now if I throw a punch, most people when they throw a punch, they draw back and they telegraph it. So as they do, then as I throw the punch, Dave, the first thing would do is block. That's what karate is warding off an attack by blocking right into here. As soon as he blocked, rather than drawing back like most people do by way back here, it comes right from the hip. The power comes from the hip. And it brings right here, and then the punch goes right into the stomach.
Now that hurts.
But as soon as you hit him in the stomach, right into here, naturally that may knock the wind out of him, but it may not be enough to drop him to the ground. So then you would grab both of his shoulders, that one and this one here. The right foot then would come behind my right leg, right into here. Now, what you're doing is breaking his balance. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to pull down as hard as you can with the left and push with the right. Hard. Oh! There you go. Right in.
Now, but a woman, now, I guess you and I weigh similar weights, but could a woman, say, who weighs maybe 50 or 60 pounds lighter than a thug?
You see, a woman has an advantage that we don't have. A thug expects a woman to either scream, scratch, things like this here. He is not ready for her to retaliate in a very aggressive manner. And when a woman learns the martial arts and a guy comes up, first of all, the main thing you must develop is an awareness of what's going on around you. That's the key thing in anything. In the martial arts, it teaches you to be aware of situations around you. Neem. As soon as you neem, then you come up here and grab right by the hair and then take it right to the ground.
Twice that's happened.
Isn't it funny how? I mean, that is 45 years ago. Doesn't it feel so slow and unmanaged and like unrehearsed and just sort of? It feels like really weird, sloppy TV. Do you know what I mean? It does feel genuine. Also, I'm not being funny, but that was a long stretch of time without an ad break or... I feel like, obviously, Letterman was a different show back then. It was nowhere near as popular as it became later. But it is just funny to me how it's like... It feels so... It feels much closer to like that 1950s era TV than it does to us. I think in all honesty, the 90s TV in the 90s was pretty funky. There was a lot of experimentation and a lot of shows and ideas of how to change TV that genuinely could have revolutionized television and made it much more interesting and exciting to watch. And you had the birth of reality TV, for good or ill, around that era. But then when the internet came along, a lot of stuff that would have been on TV or would be the next generation of that kind of thing, now you don't have a studio and a contract and all that to get Chuck Norris or whoever to show you how to do moves, kung fu moves. You just have a YouTube channel. Like, it's essentially democratized content to the point where if it's good and people like it, it goes viral. It's funny, isn't it? I'm tempted to have Walker puts a woman in her place, because I know it's coming. But I also suspect that Walker is going to be like one of these guys that's... Because I think Chuck Norris is a pretty decent guy. Like, I don't think he has any of that innately, but the nature of this TV show means that something tells me it might be a factor. I think Walker, Texas Ranger, this is how Trump supporters imagine America under Trump. Character would vote for Trump. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to put that in. I don't know why my keyboard does this. It turns itself off. City Slicker. Alright, I've made this even better, I hope. So I've gone for City Slicker, or someone from City has a lot to learn. So I think that'd be funny. But that'll definitely come up. Yeah, you got a lot to learn about the way we do things down here. No! Yatesy, no! It is funny, actually, that those rural types, and it's true in the UK as well, they always make out like, oh, you idiots in the city, ugh, you don't know anything. Like, they're very quick to scoff. But I think anytime that you see them in the city, they, rather than just admit that they don't know what the fuck they're doing, they're like, oh god, this is awful. Do you know what I mean? So they don't understand that they're just as ignorant of the city. And instead of saying, well, I don't know what I'm doing, they're like, this place sucks. You guys are doing it wrong. It's like, yeah, I guess that's why so many people live here. We could drop Texan saying. Someone drops a Texan saying. I.e. hotter than two rats fucking in a wool sock, which is a Texan saying.
Rowdy Dog Bono just received for 59 months. Happy birthday.
Thank you. A very merry on birthday to you, to me, to you, to me. A very merry on birthday to you. Very merry on birthday to you. I know what I'm doing. Sorry. I might put a little obvious racial stereotype.
To me?
To you? You know, that's a film that I kind of feel like people forgot about that movie. I liked it when I was a kid. It was bonkers. It was really bonkers. Alright, let's give you a little bit of Chuck Norris little bit of Chuck Norris politics. Big Ronald Reagan fan. Ronald Reagan says what he thinks. He's not afraid to speak his mind. He's that kind of Republican guy. He's a real big Republican. Mike Huckabee he supported in 2008. Called John McCain too old to handle the pressure of being a president, but then supported him in 2008 presidential election. And really liked Sarah Palin. Became one of the first members of show business to express support for the California Prop 8 ban on same-sex marriage. He was a fan of the Barack Obama birther conspiracy. He wrote a 5-part investigation regarding the infiltration of Sharia law into United States culture. He accused the Obama administration of paying Jim Turley, one of the national board members of the Boy Scouts of America, to reverse the organization's policy that excluded gay youths from joining. He was a fan of Ron Paul, then Newt Gingrich. Then he supported Mitt Romney. He's a big fan of Benjamin Netanyahu. He endorsed Ted Cruz. And Roy Moore. He signed an endorsement deal with Glock. Bad timing due to the increase of school shootings in the US. In 2021, he announced his support to recall incumbent Governor Gavin Newsom and endorsed radio talk show host Larry Elder to replace him. So, yeah, he's a big Republican guy. Let's say I'm gonna have a Republican propaganda square. Because you know he's gonna drop some stuff in here that's gonna be like, see? Do you see, liberals? I saw this incredible, there's this show where you get two people to sit opposite each other and have like a reasonably well-mannered debate. This woman said, she sits down opposite a doctor and says to him, HIV doesn't cause AIDS. And he's like, okay, what does cause AIDS? And she says, it's when your white cell blood count falls below 200. I don't know what that means, but that was what she believed. And he's like, is there anything that I could say to you today that would come even close to changing your mind? She said no, because I read and I do my research. She's telling that to a doctor. And he's just sort of like, Just gives up. Hooker was subtly Republican compared to what I think Walker Texas Ranger is going to be. No way. Dean Cain is a Trump supporter? Wasn't he Superman? Yeah. So Dean Cain, by the way, said that he's very leftist on social issues, like his support for the legalization of marijuana, but he also voted for Trump and endorsed him twice. They're not socially liberal. That's a big, you guys know what flirty fishing is? It was in that documentary, I think it was the Louis Theroux documentary about, not Scientology, but it's one of the crazy cults, churches. Flirty fishing is when you get young, attractive women to go out to lure people in to sort of get involved in the church. So flirty fishing is these girls that go out and say like, oh my god, would you like to come to our church on Sunday? I'd love to see you there. Maybe we can hang out afterwards. And these guys are like, yeah. And then, you know, they just want to get you in and then brainwash you. So that's flirty fishing. I feel like, because someone like Chuck Norris has also, and Dean Cain, a lot of these guys really want to lean towards not just republicanism, but what's it called? Libertarianism, right? And one of the things that libertarians, their version of flirty fishing, is to say, hey, we completely support the legalization of marijuana. We don't think that the government should be able to tell you what drugs you can put in your body. So, you know, we're similar in a lot of ways. Which is bullshit. I mean, what's happening now in America, this is the sort of techno-libertarianism, where someone like Elon Musk and his band of children come in and destroy the federal government in the name of, you know, efficiency. Loads of people lose their jobs. Support for poor people evaporates. They privatize everything. They remove as many laws as possible. And then they live in this libertarian utopia where the government has no power, where its funding is almost zero, and it basically serves no purpose. And then into that vacuum come people determined to make a profit out of every single thing that they can. And the problem with that is if you don't have money, you're essentially not a part of society. Like, you at least have a vote in a democracy, but I mean, they're talking about, I saw some think piece the other day, it might have been Elon Musk, saying basically, why do we allow people that don't have anything to vote? You know, they don't have a stake. And they're just going to vote to get free handouts, so we shouldn't let them vote. And people saying things, I think Charlie Kirk, who's another one of those right-wing idiots, said that if you remove all safety nets, and you have to have a home and a job and savings in order to vote, that we will solve a lot of problems. Because apparently, you know, it's the myth that everybody that's poor is poor because they're just not working hard enough. It's mad, isn't it? So I'm looking forward to seeing the kind of wisdom that Chuck Norris can do. Yeah, I've read that, of course. A classic. A classic of its time. I mean, if those kind of laws go through, it won't be long before you have basically like the old days where you had to own land to vote, you know? How many servants do you have? 10? I don't think we need your vote. I think 100. You know what's best for Britain. And no women. Women can have the vote, but they must vote the same way that their husband votes. And if they are not married, they do not get to vote. Oh, this is a good easy win. I'm very happy. The lads are doing well. You know, for Robert Kennedy Jr., that guy, when he was running, Robert Kennedy Jr., before he just became Trump's maniac in charge of health, right? Do you know Woody Harrelson is a fan of RFK? And so is Kevin fucking Spacey. I mean, Woody Harrelson, I think, has just smoked so much weed. I mean, he said, when the world turned its back on me, RFK Jr. leaned in and supported me. He's a good friend. Kevin, I don't think you did anything wrong. Thank you, Robert. That means a lot. Shit, we're back on top, baby. Walker Sexist Ranger is another cracker. If my fucking keyboard... So wait, we can't go for Walker Texas Luddite. It has to be cleverer than that. Because we've got Walker Texas racist. And then Walker Sexist Ranger. Walker... So what could be the Texas... The... He's no. I don't think that's him, Count Quaculon. Walker Texas Ranger, but he hates technology. Walker Techno Stranger? Techno Stranger's better. Walker Techno Stranger. How about that? Walker Techless Ranger. Okay. Techless Ranger is excellent. Hold on. Hello, love. What's up? Yes, I have. Yep, it's in the machine. I didn't wake up until 10 something. Yes. I did.
If you don't like anime, this isn't the stream for you. Just letting you know.
Excuse me, sir, but it's time to goose.
Wolf 1987 just resubbed for 52 months.
Dang. Well, that's it. Mrs. F is indeed going to Japan for 2 weeks. God, now I've got to do all the grown-up stuff on my own. Made a toasted cheese sandwich. Unlike Gordon Ramsay, my toasted cheese sandwich looks delicious. Because it is. And I made it with taleggio. So it's a really nice flavour and a good pull on the cheese. Good cheese pull. Sadly not a Scotch woodcock. Huh. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, that's hot. Oh! What did I spend 180 million pounds on? Oh my god. No, we're Spurs. And it's 2042? Offside. Oh my god. He wasn't offside. Lads, we cannot drop points here. Please, lads. Great ball. Oh. Lads. How are we not winning that game? We should have scored 3 goals. So, just to be absolutely clear, Walker is keeping these guys in the boot of his car, isn't he? Like, I'm not imagining that. Yeah, the bed. No, the boot is what you guys would call the trunk. But I don't know if we would refer to it as the flat bed. I'd still probably just call it the back or even the boot. Damn, it's windy. Cold and windy as hell today. This is not the guy from Die Hard. Fucking Jesus Christ! No, it's not. No, it's not. God, it is! He looked completely different in Die Hard. Huh. Oh, the quarterback is toast. It's Christmas, Theo. It is a time of miracles. Me and Mrs. F say that all the time around Christmas. When I'll be like, oh my goodness, I thought we'd run out of butter, but we have some. It is Christmas, Theo. It is a time for miracles. I'd love to know what any Germans think of oh, he's offside. Hans Gruber. He's very injury prone, Toby Yates, apparently. Who's Jack Gruber? I mean, I more meant the performance by Alan Rickman, like. Oh God Almighty. I thought that when we scored, the lads in their wheelchairs popped out of their wheelchairs and were cheering. But it was like the guys with them. They changed the names in the dubs? So strange. Oh. Well done, lads. We've still got a game in hand. Look at this. Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal all battling it out at the top. Holy shit. Tokyo is fucking enormous. Sturb langsam. What does that mean? Sturb langsam.
security guard we missed?
Usually tied up, policeman growing fat on a pension. No, this is something else. Was habe ich dir gesagt? Was habe ich dir gesagt? Ich will, dass es keiner sieht.
Haltet sie zurück. Ich sage es zum letzten Mal.
We have to do something, huh? Nervösen Zeigefinger.
Rischer! Mach doch! Er ist an 34! Geh! Schnell! 34! Mach schon!
Oh, so this is more about how bad the Germans spoke German.
Ah, Scheiße! Lass liegen! Weiter, weiter, weiter! Mach schnell! Oh, lass schnell!
Rechts und hier links.
Hey, Bruder.
Moment.
Nein, nein, nein! Warte noch nicht!
Oh, some boobies. We're going to skip that bit.
Get them back! Mach mal!
A security guard we missed?
Usually tied up, policeman growing fat on a pension. No, this is something else. Was habe ich dir gesagt? Was habe ich dir gesagt? Ich will, dass es keiner sieht.
Haltet sie zurück. Ich sage es zum letzten Mal.
We have to do something, Hans.
Yes, we do. Tell Carl his brother is dead. Tell him to come down.
Carl, komm sofort.
Marco, you and Fritz, take the body upstairs.
Karl ist mit mir. Wir sind im Heizhaus unter dem Dach. Im Heizhaus unter dem Dach.
Wo ist Carl?
He's in elevator shaft. Hast du das gehört?
Ein Mann.
Alex hat einen nervösen Zeigefinger.
Rischer! Mach doch! Er ist an 34! Geh! Schnell! 34! Mach schon! Mach los! Beweg dich an! Wart doch mal! Du brauchst die Straße! Du Vollidiot! Wenn du uns alle in die Luft gabst! Schnell! Schnell! Mach schnell! Ah, Scheiße! Lass liegen! Weiter, weiter, weiter! Mach schnell! Oh, lass schnell! Weiter! Halt hier! Mach los, mach los! Mach schnell, mach los!
33. Stockwerk. Kommt. Sofort.
Haltet mich!
Damn. German grammar. Get fucked. I really want to see the overdubs. Oh, can't find it. Oh well.
Yeah.
Gosh, he really looks totally different. I absolutely did not recognize him from Die Hard. We've got Fiorentina. Cool. God, this show is appalling. How did they get 9 seasons of this shit? What's our schedule looking like? Carabao Cup final? Huh. I didn't realize that was a semi-final. And we got a nice break afterwards too. Yeah. Walker good at everything. I'm going to put that in as a category right now. To be fair, Hooker was fucking awful. Some episodes we just had to stop watching. People forget. It was bad. I'm tempted to go for Walker, Stranger Danger. Because there's definitely going to be times where it feels like, why are they trusting Walker with, like, this delicate situation involving young kids? Like, why are these 3 kids in a bar with these 2 men? Oh! I'm going to say Walker, Stranger Danger. We're going to adjust this as we go. Natch. Yeah, but the sidekick isn't involved with these kids. I assume Walker has a different sidekick every week, right? I mean, as many actors as possible are gonna want to get in on this masterpiece. Oh, lads. Engraver, put our name on the cup, please. So, that guy is like Walker's sidekick For the whole 9 series run of Die Hard? Oh, he's dead as well. Damn. Wow. I think you underestimate the capacity for American audiences to enjoy this kind of shit. This kind of folksy, well, I don't know much about that, but they lap that up. Look at NCIS. That's a terrible show. And it's like the most made TV show ever. There's a billion episodes of that shit. Think of all the fucking CSIs there have been. CSI Fleet Service Station on the M3. CSI Surbiton. Great ball from Masson. Oh. Well, that might be a pretty good show. A show set in Soho. Surbiton is boring. My point is that they're reaching for locations that have no place being the focal point of a show. It's like CSI Miami, CSI Las Vegas. I'm sure there have been others. Oh my god. Ted Danson is on CSI now? CSI Crime Scene Investigation, CSI Miami, CSI New York, CSI Cyber, CSI Vegas, the real CSI Miami, and then the TV film CSI Immortality. Huzzah! Apparently he was the head of the Vegas CSI. That's a trophy. See, this is what I'm talking about. Shall we say Walker, Texas racist, brackets even casually? Because, like, every time the old Indian dude is on TV, is on screen, it's like... Just like if they have a Chinese character, there'll be a gong like that. You know what I mean? There's a term that they use in cinema, the mystical. It's the N-word, but not the super bad N-word. The N-word that's used to be used in the 50s and 60s, like as the legal speak, and would be on signs saying, you know, no, this N-word's allowed in the pool. The mystical that is also used for, like, the mystical old Chinese lady, the mystical old Indian guy who knows things. Like, that's like such a staple. Is that it makes these characters essentially just the source of exposition, and they'll just be like, there was old saying in our tribe, you know, and he'd be like, and Walker derives some knowledge from this. The Oracle in the Matrix movies. Just this folksy, homesy, perfectly chilled sort of, you know, like, source of wisdom. They pop up all the time. Ugh. I don't know. It's just quite funny. I don't know if this guy's going to be a persistent character in the show. Uncle CJ or whatever his name is. I know a joke about that. A young Native American goes to see his the tribal leader, and he says to him, "Why is my name what it is?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, who decides?" And he says, "Well, I decide the name. It's tradition that when a child is born, the mother and father will come to me, and I will come up with the name." So, for example, I saw the moon behind some clouds and an eagle soared in front of it. So that's why I named your cousin Eagle at Moonlight. And one time we saw a deer jumping over the river. I saw a deer jumping over a river, and I thought, well, that's beautiful. And then that's why your sister is called Leaping Deer. Anyway, why do you ask, two dogs fucking? It's one of the only jokes I can remember. That's a save. Zero out of 10. Avoiding the puddle. What channel is that? Looks like they play fighting games? There are a few real players still in the game, yeah. They were all very young, obviously, when the game started, but any of the lads who were like 15, 16, 17, 18, some of them are still going at like 35, 36. Think of a young player nowadays, and I'll look them up and we'll see how they did. All right, we'll look him up. He might have retired, because he was playing when I was in at Bayern. He was there, and he was 32, 33 there. But we'll see. We'll see who's left. There won't be many. It's good defending, lads. Kobe Mainoo was at Man U, but he did go to somewhere else. I think it might have been PSG. Somewhere like that. He had a pretty good career. I tried to sign him. Jude Bellingham stayed at Real Madrid the whole time. Had like an absolutely insane career. Evan Ferguson of Brighton. Insane. Genuinely insane career. Yeah, his physicals were all still amazing. I wonder how he's doing in real life. Oh, and his record for Ireland is absolutely insane. He scored like 100 goals, and they won the Euros. Unlucky, Beto. Didn't deserve that. Played brilliantly. So, Lamine Yamal is still going. He's 34. He's been at Barcelona the entire time. And as you can see, he's had quite the career. Coming up on 200 goals in 530 appearances, more or less. I mean, that's just counting leagues. So, in total, that's like an insane number of goals. They won. He's won 1 La Liga and a World Cup. Wow. That's actually pretty sad. Have Barcelona just not won anything? They won the Champions League in 2039. That was pretty good. They won La Liga 3 times. The Club World Cup. The UEFA Super Cup. The Copa del Rey 5, 6 times. Really not that impressive. La Liga. Yeah, it's just been kind of... Real Madrid are just... It's just a bit silly. But so yeah, Lamine Yamal still going. Oh, it's Evan, who's retired now. 135 caps and 95 goals for Ireland. He scored 70 and 184 at Brighton, went to Newcastle, 183 and 317, and then he went to Al Ittihad for a season. Yeah, he won 9 trophies. He won the English Premier League, the European International League, the UEFA Champions League, the Super Cup, Carabao Cup, and the Conference League with Brighton. Pretty crazy. Oh, they came runner-up in the European Championships. That's crazy, huh? Look at that. Portugal versus Ireland. Man, Portugal are still doing it in the Euros every fucking year. Think of some other, another, who's like a really good young player? Is Mathis Tell, 36, here at Bayern. So they signed him for 23 million quid, and he's been absolutely incredible for them. Really, really good player. I mean, look how much he's won. I mean, Bayern Munich have won that. Look at this. The last time... So no one in this entire save, other than Bayern, has won the Bundesliga. Even I did it. When you say Harvey... Musiala. Oh, Musiala. Ugh, he was so good for us. He left, unfortunately. He was amazing when I was there. He was absolutely brilliant. Really, 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 really good. Harvey Elliott, let's have a look. So he retired at 35. Didn't really score any goals. Wirtz, I think he's almost certainly retired. Florian Wirtz.
But it's time to goose.
Tesaucipo la Bear just resubbed for 57 months. Ethan Maneri or Alfonso Davis.
Oh, he's still going at 34. So let me see. Back here. They loaned him down to Blackburn. He did great. And then he was at Arsenal. Didn't really get much of a go. So they loaned him to Wolves. And then Everton bought him. And he had an okay time at Everton. Then Man U bought him. He did okay at Man U. And then Fiorentina bought him. And he's done okay. Can't find him. Gavi, I wonder if he's still going or if he's retired. I don't want a Gavin. Oh well. So yeah, we basically, most of the players in the game that were young at the start are not there anymore. I mean, you know, now we get to look at these kind of faces. I'm gonna put, it's gonna be in every episode, but inexplicable decisions by upper management. Like, well, what is that, man? Can we stop with the, I think you're too close to this one, Walker? What does that mean? I'm tempted to put Walker endangers a friend. Walker, friend endangerer. Walker, Texas endangerer. It's personal. It's personal for Walker somehow. I put that on there. So I've gone for, at the top we've got Walker Stranger Danger, Walker Sexist Ranger, Walker Techless Ranger, Walker Reckless Endangerer, and Walker Texas Racist, even casually. No, there's going to be some kind of a roundhouse or some kind of a kick or something in every episode. We've already got Bad Guy Underestimates Walker, which I think is going to be our free square.
Cylinder just resolved for 4 months. No, you French pig. Gorda loved the Has Walker. Used to watch it with my grand after school.
I've never watched it, so I'm really intrigued to see how this goes. I mean, I say intrigued. It's not complicated, is it? Can we get a result in Florence? Their goalie's got a massive afro. That's awesome. Do you guys see the next World Cup is going to have like 64 teams or something? So the FIFA World Cup, the format used to be 32 teams. In the group stage, 8 groups of 4, top 2 goes through. And there's seedings based on your FIFA World Ranking. So it'll be like Brazil, France, let's say Turkey, and then, you know, Ghana or something like that. So you'll tend to have like two good teams, one decent team, and one team where it's like it's their first World Cup since 1936, that sort of thing. And some groups are like, because of the way the rankings work, you can get a lot of ranking despite not really winning anything. I mean, Belgium, for example, seems to have been incredibly high ranked for ages. England is very high ranked relative to what we've won, which is nothing. Great goal. But then they said a 48-team World Cup, which is the 2026 tournament, 12 groups of 4, and the top 8 third-place teams joining the group winners in a new round of 32. And then, for the 2030 World Cup, which is the centennial anniversary, they want to make it 64 teams. You know what would have been fun, but they never would have done it because they're boring idiots? Oh! Here's what would have been an amazing centennial format. Okay? You get every team that's ever played in a World Cup, and you just put them all in there, and it's a straight knockout start to finish. And if you've got an odd number of teams... Oh, the host nation gets a bye to the second round. And just straight shot all the way through. It's going to be like 100+ teams. Some of those teams aren't even going to exist anymore, like West Germany and East Germany, USSR. Oh, Michelle. So there have been 22 World Cups since 1930. And there are 80 teams that have competed in the World Cup. Brazil, Germany, Argentina, Italy, Mexico have all made the most. Brazil have made the most. Panama, Iceland, Bosnia, Slovakia, Ukraine, Trinidad and Tobago, Togo, Angola, China, Jamaica, UAE, Iraq, Kuwait, Haiti, East Germany, DR Congo, Israel, Indonesia, Cuba, Qatar have all only appeared one time. Cuba were there in 1938. They made it to the quarterfinals. Where they lost 8-0 to Sweden. The match took place at Stade du Fort Carré in Antibes, in front of 7,000 people. Wow. double hat trick. Anderson scored a hat trick, and Wetterström scored a hat trick. Wetterström's hat trick was a true hat trick by German standards, because we found out the other day that a German hat trick, all the goals have to be in the first half or the second half, can't be in the spread across, so they have to all be in the same half, and they cannot be interrupted by any other goal scorer for either team. So you have to score the 3 goals in a row in that half of football for it to count as a hat trick. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, what a fucking piece of wisdom there. Well, either they're alive, or the cops got him, or they're shot, or they're not. Oh, go on! Go on, Yatesy, you mad bollocks! Oh! Oh, Fleetwood built a fucking IMAX next to their station. It's just like Bournemouth Seafront all over again. So, a critic called Average Joe Queenan, who I don't know, this is how he described it. Targeting a wider audience than suited for a late-night time slot, he called the show so corny and predictable, it appears to be in slow motion even when it's not. Plot lines that were old when George Burns was young, and acting that makes William Shatner seem like Marlon Brando, and dialogue that could stop the Dukes of Hazzard dead in its tracks. Most episodes are completely unwatchable, although to the producer's credit, many are scripted so that Norris doesn't need to talk much. Damn. Could this be worse than TJ Hooker? Oh, fuck off! What? There's no way, ref. Oh, come on. God bless you, Yatesy. Offside. No, doesn't matter. Please no. Yes! We could have two lads as top scorer in this. Like, we could have the first and second top scorers. Goals win games. And we're back on top with 10 games to play. So he scored 29 goals this season in 36 appearances. I would say that's a decent return in this economy. And he scored 30 goals in 33 appearances. Oh my god. Why were they just diving through the air? Oh my days. Alright, that's given us a baseline. I mean, right there we had Walker is good at anything and everything. Like, that's fucking perfect. Acting would have been when he trauma dumped on that poor girl that had just been raped. Fucking unbelievable. Alright, I'll be back this evening. I hope you guys can join me then. I think we're going to be Walkering now. This is hilariously terrible. And we're going to leave the pilot format, which is a fucking hour and a half for that piece of shit, and see what they've got week to week. And I'm intrigued to see about the level of dog shit that there will be in this show, which I have no hope for whatsoever. I don't think there'll be a single good episode. About 8 o'clock, Bubble Boy. I will see you guys then. Cheers for watching. Take it easy. Peace out.